Hello and welcome to my Monday. As you can see, I'm sitting at my desk in my bedroom here. I've been cracking on with desk-based stuff. I am determined to have a walk in the daylight today. And do you know what I've been neglecting? My Portuguese learning. I've realised what happened was I was so focused and excited about starting that course and then it didn't happen. But then I was still really motivated because I'd been just, you know, getting ready to do it, and then I was going to do it myself. And it just all fizzled out. So I haven't done any for ages, so I'm gonna sit in the park and do some Portuguese learning. That's my plan. Only for 20 minutes. I'll try and do it 20 minutes a day. I think this is a good routine to get into. I'm running a backup at the moment, so if you can hear a noise that sounds like that's where that noise is. I've been deleting some footage off my hard drive. Got some like band rehearsal prep to do later on this afternoon. And anything else I haven't added to my list yet. I'm going to tackle the ones I've got first, otherwise I'm just going to overwhelm myself. I've come to the park. It's very kindly started to drizzle, but I was just looking at these autumny leaves here. They were all green not so long ago. It's a misty, moisty afternoon. Look, there's the mountain in the distance, all shrouded in cloud. There seem to be quite a few walkers just out and about, just literally doing circuits of places, you know. You can see people are just out for exercise. With and without dogs. It would decide to rain right now, wouldn't it? I spent ages setting this gimbal up in the house. It's splash proof, but the camera on it isn't, so a bit of a pain. Oh, it's muddy and slippy underfoot as well. But I am going to find somewhere to do my Portuguese for 20 minutes. I'm determined. I've seen quite a few pumpkins in trees and things since I've been here, left over from Halloween. I'd say this bench, and probably all the benches, are a bit on the wet side. I might walk on a bit, see if I can find something under cover, because it's probably going to rain again in a minute. Of course, now the leaves are coming out of the trees, there's barely any shelter left. I think I'll just sit on the wet one and hope it doesn't rain. And if it rains, I'll just go home and do the rest of my 20 minutes at home in comfort. I've given it a wipe with my umbrella to no effect. Do you know what I used to do when Izzy was little? Bring old terry nappy squares and I would wipe down all the play equipment for her in the park so she could go straight on them. I need to start doing that again, clearly. This is when I start craving to be abroad now, somewhere warm and dry. Mind you, I usually go to Portugal off season when it rains, so there's no logic, is there? 10 minutes later or so, I'm cheering up a bit now because the rain has stopped. I was sitting here in the drizzle, like, feeling quite sorry for myself only mildly. And it's stopped now and it feels quite mild. Yes, I'm thinking how pretty the leaves look on the bench, actually. Almost looks like a picture, that one. I thought it'd been so long since I did any Portuguese that I would have forgotten every single thing and it would have been like starting from zero. But funnily enough, it's not. I don't know if it's just because it's in the app context rather than real world context. I don't know if I'd have remembered them in the real world, but it's just triggering the memory of them, so that's really good. I feel like I haven't had to do it all over, so yay. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Desculpa, não ouvi. You can keep the change. Pode ficar com o troco. I've just got back in. It's 2:30ish. I'm glad that I've got a walk in and done some Portuguese, but I do kind of feel a bit guilty about doing it right in the middle of the day. I've got so much to do. But anyway, I am making myself some lunch. Look, it's the leftover noodles that I had from yesterday because there was not enough for another meal. I thought there would be, but there isn't. So I've added an entire tin of red kidney beans. These are the super cheap ones. I've also added a whole tin of coconut milk, which were about 30p in B&M bargains. Big squirt of lemon juice, some dried chili flakes and Kikkoman soy sauce. I'm just gonna wait till this liquid goes down a bit and then serve it up. Looks a bit of a dubious colour if you ask me. There we are, all served up. I've had a little taste. Not bad. Not one of my best dishes, I must admit. I've eaten that, watched a couple of vlogs while I was eating it. I've put the kettle on because I want a cup of tea and I'm going to take it upstairs and sip at it whilst writing an email that I've been meaning to write for days and days, and it's been shifted from day to day on my diary every day because I've never quite got to it, but I'm going to do it next. And then after that I'm going to do an online survey that I've been invited to do, which I'm going to get a 10 quid voucher for doing, and apparently it takes 15 minutes, so I think that's worth doing. Then after that I'm going to go practice. Okay, email sent. Highlight that off the list. Next. Well, I came to a bit of a halt with that one. The link's broken to the survey, so I couldn't do it, but I've emailed them to tell them. It's like a university or something. It's some research study thingy. So it's not like a shopping survey or anything, you know. Right, I am going to tackle those Gaudete lyrics now. I've printed them out in a more readable form, but I just need to cross-ref with the recording now, which I'll probably do at my desk, and I'll make little phonetic notes just so I know how to pronounce all the words. I used to sing in Latin in school because I went to a Catholic school, and I was in the little school choir in primary, and we sang a lot of Latin. So I'm wondering if that's standing me in good stead now, because I don't know what it's like to have not sung in Latin. So I have no idea. But it felt like second nature pretty much. I've got her slowed down. Did you know you can do that? Probably most of you know, but if you don't, if you click on the cog, look, there's a playback speed. I've got her on 0.75, so you can play faster or slower. So it's really useful if you're learning tunes or lyrics, that sort of thing. And also, if you don't know, if you hit the back arrow key, it just takes it back 5 seconds. Right, so I'm hitting the arrow key now, and it's just taking it back 5 seconds each time. So there we are. So I'm basically redoing what I did yesterday, but in a bit of a more focused and stoppy-starty way, just making sure I've got the vowels pronounced right. Gratii, hoquad. I was like hoc quad yesterday. Of course, I could just smush them together. That's what she's doing. So I've just been paying attention. Hoquad, optabamus. There's an R and an U there. I think Dan will know. I think Dan's quite good at Latin. I got one wrong. Devotee. It's amazing how you hear what you expect. I heard that as an A earlier, but I've just heard it very clearly as an E now, so I think it's an E. Amazing, the power of the brain. Is anybody else really impatient for the Tipp-Ex to dry? Yeah, I've done it. It's not dry. I've got grooves in my Tipp-Ex. They seem to have missed this whole verse 3 out on their live version. I'm going to check back on the earlier one and see if it's in there. This, yeah, that's a challenge, that one. I've been trying to figure this out on my own earlier. So that's a silent P, salat. That's one syllable, salat yamin, or what have I put? Lustro. That's an U like in book, and that's an O. Lustro. This is my own little shorthand for so I put a little dot on the top. I don't know why. It's just something I made up, and I've done it for years when I'm trying to analyse how to pronounce other languages. Now this one, I was thinking, how's she gonna do that? Benedicat domino, because it's like end a T, a little space, and then D starts. But she kind of joins these two letters into one sound. Benedicat domino, kind of like that. Yeah, it's very interesting. She did that up there as well, hoquad. When I was trying to read it on my own, I was going hoc quad. But no, it's obviously a thing. And I totally keep forgetting that's a hard G, Reggie. I keep saying Reggie. It's definitely not Reggie. I've had to look back at their 1989 version. They're looking a lot younger. It's a lot higher pitched. And they still missed out a verse, but they missed out a different verse. I've noticed that sometimes she's put one syllable into two. For example, Gaudete, Gaudete, Christus est natus, ex Maria Virgine, Gaudete, tempus adis gratiae, hoc quod optabamus, carmine letitiae, devotire damas. Deus homo factus est, natura mirante, mundus renovatus est, a Christo regnante. I changed the key to F. It's about 25 to 5 now. I haven't spent very long doing that. I found I got it quite quickly, really. 4 or 5 goes through, really, with the recording, and then I changed the key. I got a little glockenspiel down there because I haven't actually got a piano in the house, but if I just want to get a random pitch for singing, I just use that. But I haven't got the bongy things. I've lost the beaters. They disappeared when I moved house. But I have got a couple of packed boxes and cases still, so they might be in there. The bongy things might turn up. Anyway, next thing on my list now is, for the rehearsal later this week, I had suggested that we introduce 2 new instrumental sets of jigs and or reels. But during lockdown, when me and IB were like isolated, we were in a bubble after a long while, and we just played tunes together, and we learned quite a lot of new tunes. So I want to take some of those and put them into sets now to put in the band, because Dan is really quick at picking up the chords to play along with it. So if I pick some now, just to start people off, if IB disagrees, he can pick different ones. I really don't care. I just want to get the thing started. So I'm going to pick some now and rehearse them over the next hour or so. And yeah, get them up to some kind of rehearsable standard. Practicing my flute now for about half an hour, a bit more than half an hour, and to be honest, I'm just not really feeling in the mood. I've got a sore throat and slightly sore glands. My dinner is just sitting in my stomach like a rock, and I think that's what happens when you eat a whole tin of red kidney beans for your lunch and then try to play flute afterwards, so that's not conducive. My boyfriend's coming at 7. And I'm just thinking, I'd like to get the vlog edited before he arrives. But he said he's not hungry, actually. He says he's eaten quite late and he's not going to want dinner when he arrives. So I could get quite a lot of editing done. So I'm going to go and do that, and I'll speak to you when I've done that. But I have achieved my objective, however, which was to just pick out 2 tune sets that we've been working on that we could rehearse in the band when we have our rehearsal. It's about 7:15 at night now. My boyfriend is due. I'm making a curry with great big long strips of things in it. I don't know why. I normally just have the habit of cutting it up, I don't know, all the same sort of shape, but I don't know why I got an urge to put long things in it today. That's aubergine, by the way. Smelling nice. I've got rice in the microwave. I'm using up loads of my veg because I'm going to be away at some point this week, but I still don't know when. I'm kind of waiting to hear when our rehearsal's going to be and then fit the work in around that. No, you don't need to mute. I'm quite happy to have you on the vlog.
What, you're going to film it with me seeing it?
I'm already filming now.
Oh.
I was about to do my end screen. Go on then.
I need it counted now. Gaudete, Gaudete, Christus est natus, ex Maria, Gaudete, Gaudete.
Oh, that lovely bassy note there. He's doing his homework, he's just learning it now. At the table, we've eaten dinner, it was alright. It wasn't one of my best creations, to be fair. A bit mild and watery though. But anyway, it's time to end the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Could you please give it a like if you liked it? It helps the channel to grow. I really appreciate it. If you're new here and would like to follow more of my story, do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!